Shalom everyone. This is a Magi warning video effective for January 11th, 12th, 13th, 14th, 15th, and 17th. It is a Sinister Malefic satellitium of the heavens, and the most pure alignment over the eastern United States occurs on the 13th. Now, I did put out a Magi warning on December 29th about these dates, and I believe that with the recent activity that we've seen with the United States and Iran, things could be lining up to basically be fulfilled here with what we were looking at in the heavens. Now, we've been looking at this particular sign and trying to break it down for a while now. This is kind of a confusing sign, but we wrote up a transcript, I guess, of everything that we found at the Magi team, and just going to share this with you just so that we're all on the same page together. Darkness in high places, conjuring and plotting. The evil ones request help from trans-plutonian space, where the principalities of nations dwell. A separate warning that I put out on December 29th was about the possibility of some major earthquakes happening in the eastern Asia area, especially near the Philippines. Now, this doesn't have anything to do with any signs of the heaven, but it's more related to the solar eclipse and the moon, and how the fault lines over there will unclamp during the first quarter phase of the moon. And now this warning was put out for January 1st through the 5th, and today's the 5th. I would consider today the last day that any type of threat from an earthquake would happen. Now, there's already been 4 earthquakes near the Philippines. Thankfully, they weren't that bad, so. But as far as other places of interest, per this Saturn-Pluto conjunction, that would be the eastern United States, Great Britain, Spain, Australia, Chile, Hungary, Saudi Arabia, Bangladesh, Barbados, Cameroon, Kazakhstan, Kenya, Libya, and Mauritania. Now, the cities of interest were Budapest, Johannesburg, Naples, Nottingham, Sheffield, Sunderland, Stuttgart, Toronto, and Washington, D.C., and this, of course, the surrounding areas within these cities. Now, the philosophical understanding of this particular sign is one of destruction, fear, and fire. Now, there is a fiery arrow that is shot and strikes a winged, flying white horse. These are the philosophical breakdowns of this particular sign. The interpretation of location in satellitium is distortion, warping, death, confusion, sinister schemes, an end to something, agenda, life, vitality, in-your-face problems, ultimate depravity, a broken heart and soul, a sad look, gloomy, shock, amazement. There are some theories about this particular sign, which we have, of buildings or statues made of white or white marble, or areas with white that represent beauty and freedom could be involved. White is stained blood red in this scenario. Now, Michael Dusters did a translation of the sign. So the Pluto-Saturn-Sun conjunction, which is going to happen in Sagittarius, which Sagittarius, as you can see, is a type of warrior sign, or so the theme of war is here. But Tav Samek Shin, no known translation for this, but the possible Paleo-Hebrew meaning is the support sign is destroyed, support for the covenant is destroyed, being consumed by supporting the covenant. There is a Tav Shin, which means weak, feeble. Shin Tav means posterior, buttocks, foundation, basis, he put, he placed. Jupiter Sagittarius, Zain He means this, which. Tav Samek Tav Shin, Shin Samek Tav Shin. Shin means weak, feeble. Shin means 6, white marble, Egyptian linen. Shin Tav means 6. Mars Scorpio, which is a ruling position during this event, is Ain Dalet, means unto, up to, even to, until, while, eternity, perpetuity, booty, witness, testimony, menstruation. Moon Cancer, another ruling position during this time, is Resh Zadi, means runner, courier, sprinter, strip. Bar Zadi Resh means narrow, distress, anguish, enemy, foe, rock, flint, Khazar. Venus Uranus sextile, Vav Yod means woe, alas. Mercury Sagittarius, Aleph Zain means then, at that time. Sentence construction is needed for these words if any of you out there would want to put something together. I'd like everyone to know that the elite satanic cults view Pluto as a doorway into what is called trans-plutonian space, or aka the dark void, where very powerful evil entities could be evoked. So of course Pluto, being aligned with Saturn, would be viewed by black magicians as a time to harness an incredible level of demonic help to achieve their ends. It would make sense that such alignments were being used today to help potentiate nasty political or terrorist events, such as the opposition alignment of Saturn and Pluto during the 9/11/2001 Twin Tower attacks. This alignment is very rare. It only happens maybe twice in a person's lifetime. This conjunction is very close. I suspect that some sort of sinister political agenda will be pushed, and no doubt witches will be conjuring like crazy. Much prayer is needed during this time if we remember that the principality of Persia restrained an angel from delivering a message to Daniel in the second heaven. Let's bind the second heaven during this time and loose the third heaven by Yeshua's resurrection power. Earth will be the battleground during this event, spiritually, mentally, and quite possibly physically if these things manifest too far into our realm. Let's see what happens. We're watching the whole event with Iran right now. There is a terrorist watch advisory in effect until January 18th, which is interesting that it's a day after our warning. But you guys be safe out there, and remember, this whole thing with Iran could turn south really quick if Syria, Russia, and China get involved. And this particular alignment of Saturn and Pluto, in my opinion, is one of the worst types of synodic cycles you could get. This is the very big bad one that only happens, once every so many decades. So be safe, folks.